and it's getting harder, girthier, and you go even faster.
Secondary question. No Diddy.
I'm so bored, I just sent a bunch of flowers to my neighbour Steve with a note that reads, I still miss you. Love, Laura. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I guess his wife just found them. Sorry, Steve. I was bored.
Tomorrow is World Naked Gardening Day. I need to know, is there a naked gardening club in Philly?
Mike would like to join.
Yeah, I'd like to see the hose and the rakes and trowels and all the equipment they use. No, you know what a trowel is.
My heart stopped for a second.
No.
The gardening tools.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of hose and garden tools, check this out.
That's him. Everybody look like you're gardening. Luke, grab that little hoe.
I don't.
At that age, I didn't know how to say no. I just literally didn't know how to say no. I want to say like 2 months that I shop, I would go home and I would call my friend Stephanie and cry and be like, bro, like I want to myself. I can't do this anymore. They want me to do like this disgusting shit. Like the next day I have to like do this like hardcore scene. I can't do it. And I would have panic attacks. My agent would be like, do you want to do it tomorrow? And I'd be like, yes, thank you so much for the work. I'm so happy to be working with these people. I love this so much. But inside I was dying. Yeah. And I would call my friends having panic attacks like, oh my God, I have to do this tomorrow. I just feel like a lot of girls, on like a whole scale down, 18, 17, 16, even some girls in their 20s, like they don't have the self-confidence to say no to things. And I feel like even on a lower level, just say like a guy is pressuring you to like sleep with them or go on a date with them and you don't really like the guy. Like it's hard to say no. Like, do you remember?
Now spell Lana backwards. This girl was born for the streets. Now there's a saying that goes, you are born looking like your parents, but you die looking like your decisions. And this is Lana Rhodes now. She's unrecognizable.
You're a damaged goods lady.
Casual sex is one of the biggest scams in the 21st century. You think you're winning, new bodies, new stories, new numbers, but your body knows better. During sex, you release oxytocin. This is a binding chemical. It doesn't ask if you like them. It doesn't check if they're loyal. It binds you because that's what we're wired to do. You think that you're stacking experience, but you're stacking emptiness. Every quick attachment goes to nowhere. It cuts off your ability to trust and to empathize. It deadens your ability to feel intimacy when it actually matters. So nowadays, nobody knows how to stay when it's real. Love is not soft. Real love is not soft. It's dangerous, but in the right direction. That's why it's so rare now. And that's why it's worth everything.
Stacking emptiness is the perfect way to describe it. Casual relationships is purposeless and a total waste of energy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always about quality over quantity. But unfortunately, this generation will never understand.
My body count is 10.
Oh, damn. Okay, so here's the real question. Do I lie or do I say the truth?
You could divide by 3.
Nah. Okay, yeah. Mine's, I think it's like 13, I would say. I think.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Per.
You think?
So mine is actually 1.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just one?
Just 1.
And it's your current boyfriend?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, well, that's precious.
It's special.
She's telling the truth. So like 4.
Multiply it by 3 and that's the real number.
So 12? According to Steven Stifler.
Okay, Steven. Okay, Steven.
According to the Stiffmeister.
If we're talking about
13 bodies at the age of 19? Jesus Christ, on a motorbike. This girl is on track to collect more bodies than Genghis Khan. Now, gentlemen, remember this. Wrap it before you clap it, because the last thing you want to do is to deal with this.
I was 19 years old, got pregnant at a party with somebody I didn't know. My first thought was, I need to get an abortion because I didn't want the baby. I was too terrified to tell my mother, so
Can you still be a high-value woman if you've been promiscuous in your past?
Fuck no, baby!
This is a sad question. I think there's so many people in the red pill community that are saying, oh, if you're not a virgin, then you're worthless as a woman, which is ridiculous. You guys probably know I'm not a fan of promiscuity. I think it's damaging to men and women, but I think it's particularly damaging to women. I know some women will be promiscuous when they're younger and then grow up and regret it. And I would say, forgive yourself like you would forgive a friend. There's no point in carrying that around with you, and it's not tied to your worth at all. If you're a human and you make mistakes, then you identify the mistake and you try and fix it. And you try to become the person that you admire. And that's all anybody can do. And if there are people in your life saying something makes you worthless, get rid of those people. Stop listening to the red pill stuff because it's not tied to your worth. Just try to be better every day and try not to repeat things that make you feel bad or that hurt you.
Now listen very carefully to what I have to say because it gets a little bit confusing. Sex is 10% of a relationship. Now until it goes wrong or stops happening, then 90% of the relationship is in jeopardy. So what is this? It's called a marriage.
Name one benefit that a man gets from marriage that he wouldn't get in a regular relationship.
Just one.
Well, you, I think, as a woman, if you're
I'm asking you as a man, since you're, attacking men for being Peter Pan.
I think a lot of men who choose to get married are incentivized by the fact that they are able to claim that woman as theirs. And
but name one benefit that they would get in a marriage that they wouldn't get in a regular relationship.
Well, I think even though it's not 100%, there's peace of mind that that woman is going to be loyal to you.
The answer is there's none. You're dancing around it. There is none. So my thing is this. I think it's in a man's best interest to stay Peter Pan, as you would say. And I think women shame men because men gain their value in their 40s. Men understand the sexual marketplace better. They understand that women have no leverage in their 40s. And they date down and they get younger, more attractive girls. And that's the best way to go in today's day and age where we live in a deregulated sexual marketplace where women could take everything they got, take their kids, etc. Why the hell would a guy want to commit to women nowadays when, honestly, we got hoflation?
There's obviously more incentive for women to get married than men, obviously.
Way more.
But what I'm suggesting is there's also benefits to men getting married. And I think...
Name one.
I just told you. I think it's...
That he wouldn't get outside of a regular relationship.
I just told you. The women, knowing that your woman is perhaps going to be more loyal to you when she's your wife versus your girlfriend.
She should be displaying that anyway.
Well, I think the...
So a title changes her loyalty?
Long story short, never sign a contract where the other party benefits from breaking it.
Thanks, everyone. Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, free time. Farewell, sex. So long, golf on TV. I'll miss you, privacy. Goodbye, being honest about how many beers I've had. Nice knowing you, my own choices. See you later, money.
I worry, one of my biggest fears that I'm trying to get over is, did I sacrifice my emotional connection with people to do some of these first, or to have true intimate passion with people for this type of career? Because while I've experienced passion on camera and had very, very beautiful intimate moments, Adriana's gotten so big that it's a little hard to connect with anybody on my personal level now. Like, to meet somebody, it sucks. Like, if I go on a date, I often will plan a date with somebody, and then slowly the date will turn into being an hour later. Then it's 8 o'clock at night. Oh, meet me at a hotel. I get to the hotel, they just want to bang. Or, it's taken a lot of I guess a lot of intimacy from me. Like, people don't give me the respect of giving me the treat a woman how she should be treated moments.
Now, according to the book of King Bustanut, where our cheek-pounding prophets preached from the Asclepius Islands. It states, this girl expects to be treated like a queen, but sweetheart, you've taken more loads than a washing machine.
All know about corn, how every time you watch it, your dopamine levels rise, right? But then there's a crash in your brain because you're gonna continue to want that. And then literally a part of your brain dies. You become numb, and then you continue to chase.
Pornography addiction is one of the biggest addictions and the most silent and the most shameful addictions that we have now in the modern world. We will not infrequently have a patient come in to the clinic who claims to have other problems, and it's not until visit 3 or 4 that they finally fess up, I'm really here for a pornography addiction. There's so much shame around it. It's so incredibly shameful for people to admit that they are spending their time looking at these images, often associated with compulsive masturbation. Some people, their addiction manifests by actually pursuing partners. So dating apps are highly addictive and meetups. All of this is related to sex and orgasm, which releases dopamine in the reward pathway. But it's not just the moment of orgasm. It's all of the rituals and the buildup and the searching that's related to it.
And corn, it ruins relationships and it gives you fake dopamine. Like, you guys know how embarrassing it is to stroke your chicken and touch yourself watching another man plow down a woman when that man could have been you?
You want to know why our grandparents stayed together? They weren't looking at ass cheeks all day on Instagram and refreshing it and going, oh, well, that girl looks younger, that girl looks better, that girl's face tuned, you know, and I think that is what these young women that they're following are telling them. You've got 13-year-olds getting lip injections, right? Because they want to look like Kylie Jenner. Again, not a shot to Kylie Jenner, but what society have we created that ever made Kylie Jenner feel like she had to go out and buy those lips, that she had to contour her entire face and change her entire body? She was already a beautiful little girl. So the society is ill. It's not normal, right? Don't let these people convince you that that's normal. That's cancer, and that cancer will become contagious to you if you accept that. You don't follow better role models.
That lasts too long, then maybe the problem is you.
There's something wrong with that box. You ain't making me tap out.
That's not true, Maul.
I'm just saying. You said there's something wrong with him if
something wrong with the pussy.
From Lifestyle. Remember, Doug?
Chat ships you and Brian. Would you date him?
Yes.
You're a very pleasant girl, very attractive girl. However, because you have done for that sole reason, I would not date you. The thing is, Violet, you're actually a very pleasant person. You're very attractive.
Thank you.
You're 5 foot. You're 5 feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like short women, so that's good. But because you've done adult content, I would not date you.
Gotta weed
I'm not saying anything about you seem like a fantastic person, but just on that sole metric, there's videos of you online. I couldn't deal with that in a relationship.
Yeah.
Enemy cream gobbler detected. Cream gobbler opinion rejected.
I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their personal preferences. I'm not asking anyone to accept me for whatever, but or associate with me, but I get it. I totally get it.
Brian is a man who knows his self-worth. Can you guys imagine if more men acted like Brian, saying no and rejecting these cream gobblers? Their level of entitlement will go down drastically. But unfortunately, too many men are disciple of the soy, and it's a complete travesty to see a kind, attractive woman like Violet ruin her reputation, because no man wants a girl who has been ran through just like the yellow light.
Would you rather have a girl who talks too much during or is completely silent? Makes no difference in my basement. They're never leaving.
Now, to all the ladies watching this, here are 4 ways a woman can lose out on a good man.
4 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Pay attention. Let's get into it, ladies. Men, correct me if I'm wrong. Taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in them. The value in how they treat you. Not communicating well or effectively. Like expecting men to read our minds and getting mad when they can't. Being dismissive about how you make him feel, or being overly defensive in response to how he feels. Basically, not liking being held accountable for your actions and how you've made that man feel. Last but not least, being selfish and unwilling to compromise.
This lovely lady mentioned a lot of great points, but one thing she forgot to leave out is, ladies, please do not fart and queef around your man. And here's a technique to prevent that.
Do you fart?
Yes.
Like, when was the last time?
Last night. But it didn't make the sound because
Was smothered?
it's a trick. For girls that don't want the sound to go off
How
when
do
they
they do
get in
it?
bed with their man,
Can you tell them how?
you have to spread your booty cheeks apart. Because
I mean, help the women out.
you guys just open your butt a little bit
And say poop.
so the air can just come out. Because then if your cheeks,
Well, where do farts
it's a
come
vibration.
from, though? Where do they come
Methane.
from?
Methane is
What do
a
you
gas.
mean? Where does it come from, and why do you feel like it make a noise?
Because of the friction of your cheeks. But it comes from the gut.
You looked this up
I did a while back.
because you had an answer right for it. It's
Methane.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
You never thought, no. I mean, the fact that I asked you that and you had an answer for it.
Yeah. I mean, do you fart?
Well, you want to hear? Want to hear?
Hear you fart right now?
I guess. It's the only time I'm going to see you. We don't hang out. We're not friends.
You can. I got kids, so.
I'd rather not. I feel like somebody fart around you, they flirting.
What?
Because they comfortable with you.
She's not lying. All you have to do is lift a butt cheek.
He just told me I looked like the Pot of Greed Yu-Gi-Oh card, which, like, the picture he was using, he got me. Listen.
You got at the end of the day.
Listen, at the end of the day, you got me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to take it home.
This is for me.
This is for me
This
to
is
keep.
mine.
Yeah. And I'll hold that forever. I never forgot that. But he just, like, it was like on a Twitter thread about me. And all he wrote was Pot of Greed. Nothing else.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, this fatty, blah, 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 blah. Literally just that. That tweet had so many likes. Rude. But then I thought to myself, I was like, it's almost meaner that he said it like drive by.
Yeah.
Like he's like, hey,
I'm not taking the time, bitch.
you're
Pot
so-
of Greed.
Hey, you're so ugly, by the way. Anyways, back to my normal life. I don't know what her name is, but she looks like this really ugly teapot.
Yeah.
That's mean. You got me.
You got me. I always remember the good ones.
Me too.
I always remember because, like I said, I'm a joke writer.
Yeah.
And I will respect the craft until the day I die.
Yes. That's why I was like, honestly, you kind of ate me up with that one.
Hey,
you got me.
When someone told me on Twitter that I looked like LGBTQ Russell from Up, yeah, that ate me up. The little boy from the Up cartoon, yeah, you ate me up with that one
You
because
got me.
I do look like gay him. And and hey, I'll take it.
And who's to say he wasn't gay in that movie?
And who's to say?
Who's to say?
The uniform is giving a little something, isn't it? It's got to be a little sweet.
Who's to say?
Maybe bi on the weekends.
Maybe that's you. that's maybe you're him grown up.
Maybe. Yeah, bi on the weekends.
Well, when he
grows up. We can't talk about. He's a kid in the movie, but when he grows up, maybe he's bi on the weekends.
Pot of Greed is foul. But I'm not gonna lie, they do have a point. I honestly can't tell the difference here. And gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
It was that bad.
Sorry for the dollar store, gonna go check out Dookie.
Poor guy Fevriesing the air.
You already.